Mexican-inspired dish today. It's going to be cumin-encrusted skirt steak served with a tomato salsa and cilantro rice. Skirt steak's really great if you're on a budget because it's cheaper than ribeye, but it has a lot more flavor than I think sirloin. It comes in these long strips, which most pans can't accommodate. So I'm actually going to cut it down first into some relatively manageable sizes. And the next part is to get them all spiced up. The base of your dry rub is going to actually be cumin, lots of cumin, and the flavor is going to come alive when you heat it up. And I'm going to add some cinnamon, some salt, and pepper. Dredge the steaks on both sides and add more spice mix as needed. Now we're going to be making the cilantro rice. Take 2 cups of any rice of your choice, in this case long grain white rice, and put them in a pot. You know what, in this case, 2 and a little bit more. What's that, like 2.5? 2.5 cups. You're going to take some cilantro, and you're going to cut it up. You can add a little bit of the stem, but not all of it. Grab your cilantro, sprinkle it on top. You want to add 3 cups of water to this rice. Certain rices you need to rinse, certain rices you don't. This kind of Spanish long grain rice, you don't need to. Now the general rule of thumb about rice cooking, or actually a good rule of finger, is that the water should maybe go up to the first digit of your finger. Here's the easy part. Put it over high heat. When you see the pot starting to boil over, give yourself a minute and then lower it to the second lowest setting. It's been about 15 minutes. I'm going to actually turn it back all the way up to high and count to 10. And then afterwards, I'm going to turn it off and let it sit for at least 5 minutes. So you waited at least 5 minutes. You're going to see the cilantro cooked into it pretty well, but it doesn't look that nice. So you want to fluff it up. And now for a simple salsa. Smash 2 cloves of garlic. I get a small red onion. Now we move on to the tomatoes. We're going to be now using about up to half of this poblano pepper, and if you have any old cuts or open wounds, they will sting like a bitch when you cut this open. Now, some cilantro. Now we're going to add the juice of 1 lime and some salt. And mix. Now that it's thoroughly mixed, cover it and put it in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve it. Too small. Now for the steaks. Get a cast iron pan and put it over high heat. And pour a little bit of olive oil. Steaks come in all shapes and sizes. For a particularly thick steak like this one, I give it at least 2 minutes on one side and definitely 1.5 minutes on the other. That's what you want to see. You want to see some browning. Once they've rested for a bit, take some of your steaks and cut against the grain. Try to save the juices if possible, and sprinkle that on the meat when you're done. Almost done, but I like to add a little bit of soy sauce. Buen provecho.